turns to storytelling in written form. I'm currently working on a memoir of my time working at New England Rehabilitation Hospital, where I learned how to become a human. Leslie.
So, I wanted to start this by saying that although people tend to think of creativity as an inborn trait, it's also something that people can develop. Because creativity is also a predisposition. It's a way of thinking about the world as if you were asking the question, what if? So years ago, I had one of those situations come up. I was working in a nursing home, and we had an elderly woman patient who had been to the nursing home many times because her husband kept trying to kill her. And he would do this by giving her overdoses of sedatives. And people would tell her when she wanted to go home to him after some time, you can't do that, he's going to kill you. But she loved him. She didn't want to hear about that. And yet she was making moves like she wanted to go back to her husband. So I met her husband to get a sense of him, and then I sat down with her and I said, you know, your husband loves you to pieces, but it's too much. And he can't keep doing it, and he gives you medication not knowing what he's doing. And if you really love him a lot, you need to face that it's too much and let him go. And she did, and she stayed. So that wasn't a painting, wasn't anything else. It was just using creativity. Jane tells me I'm over time. So I'd like to ask Aline if you would come up and tell us about a situation where you really had to use creativity to solve it.
I can't believe I'm having trouble with this, but I am. I had to use a lot of creativity not to kill my mother-in-law. I had to tell you about my mother-in-law. Here, I'll do an imitation of my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law, she's dead. May she rest in peace. I did not kill her. My mother-in-law would do things like walking into my house in Cambridge and saying, I don't understand this. You don't know how to decorate. I walk into your living room and I see something beautiful. And then I walk into your dining room and I see something else beautiful. And then I walk into your bedroom and I see something beautiful. That's not how you decorate. You take everything beautiful and you put it in a break front so people will know where to look. Or another Emilyism. She walked into my house. She had not been there, right? She hadn't been there for 6 months. This is her opening foray, and she walks in and she goes, "Pink? You painted the hallway pink?" My mother-in-law, it took a lot not to kill my mother-in-law, I'm telling you. When my mother-in-law would come to visit, my kids would go, "When's Grandma coming? When's Grandma coming? When's Grandma coming?" And then in a day, they'd go, "When's Grandma leaving?" But I didn't kill her, and I get to tell these stories about her, so I guess I'm using it for creative purposes. Thank you.
Creativity serves only function of not giving soup, for which I'm very grateful. So, let's see. Art, do you have a role today?
Al? Oh, I can't hear you.
Al.
You have a role.
I think I have a role as speaker.
Yeah, okay.
Right now.
Okay. Look. Okay. So, what if you went to a very important function and they gave you something to eat that you couldn't stand?
Thank you. If I went to a very important function and they gave me something to eat that I couldn't stand, well, try to take a little imagination to put my head or mouth around that one. But one thing I've noticed about these so-called very important functions is that what is noticed is not your presence, but your absence. So the very fact of showing up for an important occasion is really enough to get away with practically anything you do. Now, I have had the situation of being confronted with something like that. All I do is poke things around the plate a little bit, move them around to look like there's been some sort of activity present. I'll eat the salad, eat the roll, and lead conversations. And for the most part, that will pretty much fill any sort of culinary gap that may apply. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's been confronted with this. I think the difficulty would be, though, if I were invited to a meeting of the Cattlemen's Association and the plate were covered with a 24-inch sirloin steak. Those are a little hard to hide or disguise, and probably the only vegetable would be creamed spinach, which is equally as disgusting. I don't know what I would do in such a situation.
Chris, we have time?
I think we have time for just one more.
All right. So,
We have two guests.
let's see. Would you, looking at the name of the guest, Julie, would you like to come up and talk about how you would respond if aliens came to this planet and wanted you to introduce them to our president?
I wouldn't be comfortable doing that.
I'm sorry?
Maybe you could bring her to mic.
She has trouble walking.
Oh,
She'll do it from there.
I didn't even hear the whole question because I don't know if I'd be comfortable doing this.
She doesn't really want to do it.
oh, she doesn't want to do it. Okay.
Today, of course.
Okay, and would you like to come?
Sorry, can you see the question?
If aliens landed on our planet and met you and wanted you to introduce them to our president, what would you do?
Dr. Trump?
Okay.
The President Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. How long?
Lonnie, you want to come up to the front?
Okay. I'm trying that. Don't laugh. You can laugh. Mr. President, so please allow me please give me honor to introduce our great friend from another galaxy. They speak. They happen to speak English, so that we can communicate them easily. So if you want to talk more. If you want to learn their culture more, we can throw in a party and enjoy talking with them. So